Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to the return of our F1 2006 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, we're back today here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Of course, if you missed out on the finale from last season from Sao Paulo, it went up a few weeks ago, but it was certainly a race to watch, and of course it allowed Fernando Alonso to become a two-time Formula 1 World Champion. But yeah, I was actually planning on holding off from doing Season 3 of this series for a few weeks longer, but we're getting very, very worried that F1 24 is going to have an early release date, so you can actually thank EA and Codemasters, so you get to see a game that was made by a completely different developer earlier than you would have done. But yeah, obviously moving into this new season, we have left Red Bull. We have left Red Bull and we have gone to Panasonic Toyota. Yes, probably the best of the midfield teams, is certainly able to fight with your McLarens, with your BAR Hondas pretty regularly, and I think this has got to be the season we try and fight for a championship. We did actually get a test drive with Ferrari, which unfortunately was at Magny Course, so I mucked up going through one of the chicanes, smashed their target time by like 2 seconds, and yeah, then Toyota came knocking on the door. Of course, the points are all reset, ready for a new season, but I'm really hoping this season will be the year we can try and win that Formula 1 World Championship. But I'm going to be a little bit rusty on F1 CE, so we'll see how we get on in Bahrain, where of course we won our race last season for Super Aguri. Well, here we go then, our first look at our all-new Panasonic Toyota Formula 1 car. Of course, Toyota, probably the most high-profile failure in Formula 1. Raced in the sport for, I think, 8 seasons between 2002 and 2009. Never won a single Grand Prix. Came close on so many occasions, but could just never quite seem to get it hooked up, despite having what in many of those years was the biggest budget in the world. It kind of seemed that their game plan was throw money at the sport with no real idea as to what they were doing behind the scenes. So maybe we can try and rewrite the history in this series. It'll probably be in a few months' time towards the end of 2024, but I will run a hard AI level career mode over on my second channel. So yeah, definitely go check out Match 2 and 2 gameplay as well. I'm going to keep plugging that away because, yeah, I really do hope this is going to be the year that we can fight for a crown. Gotta hand it to F1 Championship Edition as well. Even just after turning a couple of laps here, I forget occasionally just how addictive this game is as well. You know, it's one of those things. It's so difficult to describe. But I think just because of its sheer brutality, but the fact that you can do well, it kind of gives you a glimpse into what is possible. And then you'll still go for spins like that all the time.
Welcome to Sakhir, Bahrain for this afternoon's qualifying session. 1 hour of entertainment and excitement starts right here. Session 1 is starting imminently, so without delay, let's find out who makes it through to Session 2 and who will make up the back part of the grid.
Well, I've got to be honest then, moving into qualifying, I want to be quite confident here. Obviously, we won this race last season in Super Aguri. There was admittedly a bit of luck in that, with the idea that basically every car that was either Ferrari or Renault blew up. But we certainly had good pace that weekend that was fighting towards the front anyway. Surely with an actual car that is, meant to be a good solid point scorer pretty much week in, week out, this should hopefully, I'm praying, is going to be a solid start to the year. I remember saying last season when we moved to Red Bull how much more responsive that car felt over, the back markers. It's the same story with this Toyota above that Red Bull. It just feels so much more pointed. You feel like you can get it stopped where you want it to. And of course, driving that Ferrari over the winter, that certainly feels another level above this thing as well. There we got a Toro Rosso who is being very, very slow through the final corners.
He'll be thrilled with that. It was a good lap.
Montero does a 40.6. We are going to be miles faster than that, though. We're going to do a 35.8. And that should be us easily into Q2. Well, there we go. A couple of shocks then out in Q1. Montero, he made it through in his Midland then. So clearly they've got a little bit more pace as we head into the new season. Scott Speed out, though. So Viantonio Luizzi as well made it through. Mark Webber, Christian Klein. having a nightmare start to the new year. No! Oh, damn it. A little bit of a slip up then on my first qualifying lap here in Q2. Got to be trying to eliminate those errors. We cannot still afford to be rusty. Giancarlo Fisichella even now has set the fastest time of anybody as we make our way out of the final corner. I mean, surely we're going to be able to smash that, but how quick will we go? We're less than a second away with a spin. So this is going to be a 1:34.8. We are in a slightly different league. Well, Montero's glory run in Q1 then unfortunately could be emulated in Q2. He will line up P16 on the grid then, but yeah, we're a good 2 seconds clear of anyone else so far. It might be why I really do fancy testing myself with a hard difficulty career mode at some point. But we've still got to win a championship before then. Tried to make sure I'm the first car back out on the circuit then. Just because, well, yeah, the AI are getting in my way. But, yeah, the AI, they're normally a bit more competent as you move into Q3. So maybe we'll have a bit closer of a rivalry. But I still reckon we can go quicker now with 11 laps worth of race fuel on board as anyone else was able to do with 2. Well, green in Sector 1, green in Sector 2. Hopefully we're going to go green in Sector 3. Making our way through that final corner then. What is the time going to be on the board? I'm aiming, yeah, for like a 36 if possible. Still go clear of anyone else so far this weekend. And it is going to be a 1 minute 36.7. That should be pole position. Thank you very much. Well, I think, yeah, we kind of hoped that would be the case going into it. But yeah, certainly our pole positions from our Red Bull days not going anywhere when we move into a bigger and better team there. Montoya, though, will join me on the front row. Admittedly, 2 seconds slower. Both Ferraris lock out row 2 ahead of Fisichella. Their reigning world champion Alonso down in P7. My teammate in 8th, so hopefully he can score a point as well. I'm not sure Toyota will be able to fight for the Constructors' Championship, but we might be able to, fight with McLaren and BAR. Quickly though, before we get into this video, I want to thank all of the names you see on your screen. Without their continued support of the channel, none of the work we do here would be possible. And if you want to get your name featured on this list, you can click the join button or click the Patreon link down in my description below and support the channel from just £1 a month. You will also get access to weekly updates about everything going on behind the scenes and also occasionally some early previews on videos. So yeah, a massive thank you to my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters, and let's get back to the video.
Here we are in the blistering heat of the Persian Gulf, and this is the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One's popularity knows no bounds. They may not have had any home teams or drivers here, but our Arabian hosts are still big fans. Whether it's horses, camels or F1 cars, Bahrain certainly loves its racing. The Formula One Roadshow has truly arrived in the Middle East, and we're all set for a real sizzler. This is race day in the desert. Pretty much perfect weather conditions for racing here today, so we should see some very competitive lap times during this race. You have pole, while Juan Pablo Montoya starts alongside him in second. Third is Michael Schumacher. Massa fourth. Row 3 and 5th place for Giancarlo Fisichella. 6th is Rubens Barrichello. Fernando Alonso is 7th. Jarno Trulli occupies 8th on the grid.
Can we just take 1 second to appreciate, had we not been here, Juan Pablo Montoya in what is not, a championship winning car, I believe, on this game, would have taken pole by 0.8 of a second over Ferrari. It was genuinely a ridiculous lap by him. It's just a shame that we are here, so that was kind of absolutely masked by the idea that I went 2 seconds clear of Juan Pablo. Right, well, here we are then, lining up on the grid. I tried to make sure that I bunched up the field as well through those final couple of turns, but as everyone lines up behind us, team want to win, I surely want to win. This, I'm really hoping, is where our championship winning season begins, but F1 Championship Edition might have other ideas.
Seems like an age for the drivers waiting for the lights to signal the start of the race. The race is go, go, go!
Pretty good start, I'm happy with that.
Raikkonen gets off to a lightning start. So does Montoya. Here they come into the first turn. You're in front out of the first corner. Next is Montoya. Next is Michael Schumacher.
I've got to try and make sure that we build up a little bit of a lead early on. Fisichella and Rubens Barrichello seem to have found a way around Felipe Massa there. But yeah, really struggling on this opener. Trying to get some heat into those tyres.
Real drama around turn 4. It's Albers! And with that incident over, he's out of the race. Unlucky. It was Speed who was also involved. It looks like he's got away scot-free.
The car condition indicator is showing green tyres. They've heated up nicely now. Grip should be good.
Scott Speed getting off scot-free in that incident. You don't come here for the Formula 1, you come here for the great puns, I'm sure. But already then, starting just to build up a tiny bit of a lead on this opening lap. Let me just take a second to appreciate 5 cars from 5 different teams making up our top 5 early on in this race. Well, we've already built up there nearly a 3-second lead over Juan Pablo Montoya, so hopefully as long as we don't make any mistakes, we should be looking comfortable early on this afternoon. You know, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I really have got to think bigger picture. Of course, there are sort of a good 6 or 7 Grand Prix we should be winning on this game, just because the AI are really weak. Bahrain is absolutely one of them, but I think the far more important thing this season will be, you know, scoring those, those 4th and 5th places as well pretty reliably, 60 points? 70 points? Not enough to win a world championship. We need to be aiming for over 100 this season, so consistency is absolutely going to be key, but also, of course, might not make for the greatest video in the world, but when you got an opportunity to really take an easy 10 points on this game, you just simply have to take it. Got a BMW stopped, I think. No, it's not. It's a Williams then. So I think that might be Mark Webber, our second casualty of the day. Apparently, I can't get a mechanical failure unless I cook the engine like I did at Indianapolis last season. So we shouldn't have to worry about the heat too much. Oh, no. No.
While your tyres are blue, don't go crazy. Wait till they're green and you have optimum traction.
I mean, if ever there was a place to bin it on this circuit, that was absolutely the corner, but there we go. The first Mat 2&2 bottle of the season coming out. And we'll lose the lead to Montoya. At least we can have a bit of a battle on our hands.
Alonso, 7th. And Raikkonen is 8th.
No! What did I hit there?
2 seconds faster.
Don't hit a wall. Don't hit a wall. Oh, that was scary. That could have been really bad, and we're going to lose another couple of spots. What I will say, though, is it's nice, I think, for the first time ever in this series, although the Ferrari and the Renault cars are an absolute missile in a straight line, it feels like I can somewhat fight them. Well, I guess the other good thing in a car like this, of course, is even if I do make some of those little mistakes here and there, it's not like we're in a back marker and we've got to, absolutely go for it to try and get back up towards the front. We have got a car that is competitive enough here that when we've got, a good 2-second a lap advantage over the AI, we don't have to worry as much. It just allows me to kind of be a little bit more sensible with the car. As here comes Fisichella, though, once again. Is he going to be able to have a look back down the inside? Yeah, that Renault is still very, very fast. Oh, Fizzy, you cannot move around in the braking zone like that, sir.
You're in 3rd position.
No, I'm not, engineer. We're back down to 4th again, as, well, this is turning into a very, very aggressive battle early on in the season. And Carlo Fisichella, he might end up becoming the new Michael Schumacher in this series. Oh, come on then. Traction, power, slipstream, all those good things.
Holding 3rd.
And this time around, our engineer isn't lying. No, oh, come on, Matt. I don't mind having a couple of little mistakes here and there, but some of these are really, really basic. I am definitely rusty on this game. We have just got to get into a groove there as well. We've got yellows. Someone's got issues. I believe that's Barrichello behind me, who might be our 3rd casualty. Jarno Trulli then still outside the points early on today, but Barrichello, yeah, our 3rd retirement of the afternoon. This place is a real engine killer. Come on then, Felipe. Oh, I mean, you get alongside him and he just has a little bit of a wiggle on you. Is he going to turn across your nose? Is he not? Either way, we're going to go for a very aggressive move. Back a bit of 4th place then, but how long will this last back down to turn 1 as I narrowly avoid the oil. Can already see that Ferrari gaining in the mirrors. Is he going to do a Giancarlo Fisichella? No, he's not. He's actually going to sit back. I mean, that one corner, we are making so much time up on the AI. But Montoya, yeah, is definitely starting to struggle a bit. Maybe dropping back into Fisichella and I's clutches. What is the top speed looking like then? As we'll try and pull alongside Giancarlo. Hopefully he's not pitting, which he doesn't. Montoya, though, is in for a very early stop. I think I'm going to try and box now. So we'll tell the team. So we've just done a 1:34.9. Team, though, prepared for us to box.
Fisichella is second. You're third.
But I think everyone now is starting to struggle on their tyres. So yeah, we are going to try and go for a slightly early box. Maybe if Schumacher extends his stint a bit longer. And try and get past the German without having to see him too closely on the road. Pits will go then. Will Michael Schumacher follow? No, he will not. Fantastic news then. So first ever pit stop with the Toyota team. I assume our box is going to be much earlier down the pit lane. There's Felipe Massa behind me diving in as well. Yeah, that was pretty good. Sub 9 is always the goal on this game. I believe you can normally get low 8s as well there, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. More worried about whether we come out in some clear traffic, as we have jumped Montoya. So very, very good.
Shown as green on the indicator. Whilst they're blue, you'll have less traction.
That McLaren definitely doesn't have as much race pace as it did in qualifying, as Fisichella has also got the jump. On the Nico Rosberg, let's see what you're made of in your Williams. Down the inside, big send over the curbs. Oh, man. Well, he's very lucky he didn't get a puncture in all of that, but Rosberg is absolutely happy.
It looks as if there's been an incident at turn 10. It's Rosberg! It's a retirement and a very unsatisfactory end to his race. You got yourself involved in that too. Luckily, you seem to have got out of that without damaging your front suspension. Your front wing is flapping about though, so you'll have to pit for a replacement.
Oh, man. You see what I mean about this game? When there's an option for an easy 10 points, this game still might have other ideas about it. What was Rosberg doing there? Well, Fisichella then is having a really good drive here, as pleased to say we're about to get held up. Yes, we are as well. No. Oh, man. This just goes from bad to worse. Just get the new wing on the car. We don't need to do anything else. Come on. Go, 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 go. Oh, why are we doing new tyres? No. I didn't realise we'd have to do all this as well. Don't have to put fuel in, luckily. Oh, 16.5 seconds, man. We are going to be way out of the points for now. And you know, I said early on how we got to remember about those races where we just got to try and sort of finish 4th or 5th. This has absolutely now become one of those races.
Don't go crazy. Wait till they're green and you have optimum traction.
We can score points here now. That's going to be a miracle. What on earth have I done? Well, no time like the present then. Start trying to make moves. Can we try and get around Antonio Luizzi? What is he doing? Why is Luizzi defending this so aggressively? We were like 5 seconds clear in qualifying over the Italian, and now he's giving me even more front wing damage. Luckily, that shouldn't affect me too much. Prepare for the AI to brake check me though through here, so we'll give him a bit more breathing room than we did with Rosberg. I hate having to feel like you need to dance around the AI on eggshells, but oh, this race, this game, I said I missed it when we got into this. I don't feel that way anymore. Pretty certain I heard Luizzi go down a gear through there, but oh, why park on the apex, man? Come on, just go. Please, how am I spending half a lap behind the Toro Rosso here? Got a couple more cars pitting. We might see a few more with mechanical issues as well. UGE day into the lofty heights of P17 this afternoon. You better be careful, he might end up with a nosebleed there, but V8 versus V10. Got Sato back into the pit lane. Like just have very little straight line speed, even over the Toro Rosso. But we'll move back into P14. Yeah, I'd rather no patronising, please, crew chief. Or engineer, whatever you want to call him. Oh! Car's gone! That's a big mechanical failure then. And it's Jacques Villeneuve. Got a good look at that one today. We're up to P13 then. We're going to be back out then just outside the top 10. David Coulthard, why? Well, we had to really weave around there to make sure we didn't go into the back of him. So try and get the Red Bull on the exit and move back up then into 10th place.
Progressing nicely up the field.
So it's pretty much all the back markers that have retired from this Grand Prix. We've got 8 laps to try and recover about 20 more seconds. Well, Trulli now is going to move himself back into that final points-paying position as Christian Klein makes his way out of the pit lane. Are we going to be ahead of him? Oh, don't say you're going to do the same thing as David did. Does, but luckily we were just about ahead. So Toyota then, I thought we were in a really bad spot here, but we might only have to try and beat Jarno to a point. But if I can get to Jensen, then I'm certainly going to attempt it. This could have been the easiest win of my life on this game, and what would have been an incredible debut for us at Toyota. But if ever I needed more of a reminder on this game about why you just take the points, you don't worry about it too much, and why, of course, you know, I'm more than happy to have a boring race up the front of the field. This will forever serve as that reminder once again. I'm not wanting to settle without walking away with a point here. We should absolutely, though, be able to get Trulli pretty much now. But I want to try and get back to Jensen Button as well. We might be able to beat Jensen and Raikkonen here to kind of save face a little bit. But once again, Toyota's first Formula 1 win. We'll have to wait for another day. No! Yeah, points are gone, points are gone, points are gone.
Race leader, Michael Schumacher. Fisichella is in second behind him.
It's Michael Schumacher at first. He just started his last lap.
Oh man, it was literally going to be a fight between myself, JB and Kimi on the final lap of this Grand Prix, but we have gone and thrown it away there. I honestly thought we were going to find ourselves in the wall. So lucky that we haven't done that, and well, maybe by the end of the year, one championship point will come in handy, but we either seem to get the greatest debut races for teams, look at Super Aguri, or the worst debut race for new teams, look at Red Bull or Toyota. I mean, to be fair, we lost about 30 odd seconds from having to make a second pit stop here, and we're still going to beat our teammate Jarno Trulli. So we've definitely, hopefully, cemented ourselves as the #1 driver. But yeah, as we look towards the next few races, we have absolutely got to be trying to chalk up some big results here. Michael Schumacher, though, after a bit of a disappointing campaign last season, looks like he's going to kickstart this year with a race victory in Sakhir. Nowhere near as many reliability problems for our top runners this weekend. So yeah, I'm sure he will be very, very happy with that. However, for us, I mean, on paper, it doesn't look like a bad result for a Toyota, but we've absolutely known what should have been possible this weekend here. But it is going to once again be Ferrari and Renault on top of the Formula 1 world. Michael Schumacher will win the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Michael Schumacher powers across the line to take top spot on the podium. Fisichella will finish the race in second.
Yeah, same Montoya and I'm sure both heartbroken with the way this race has gone, from front row lockout to neither of us being able to walk away with a trophy here. Montoya will wrap up P4 though, just ahead of Felipe Massa, who was another one who had a bit of a tough afternoon. Raikkonen will be out Button, and yeah, we could have absolutely been with them by the end of this, but it's P8 for us and a solitary point.
So there we have it, the new Formula 1 season gets underway here at the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit in Sakhir. It's the first time since 1995 that the opening race of the season has not been held in Australia. It's been exciting, and it's only the start of what I'm sure promises to be a fascinating season. See you in 7 days' time for round 2 in Sepang. Formula 1 is back.
Well, there we go then. Yep, Michael Schumacher 3.5 seconds clear of Giancarlo Fisichella when all is said and done, but both Saubers, both Williams, the Midlander Christian Albers and Rubens Barrichello all failing to see the checkered flag there. So P13 for Thiago Monteiro might prove very, very useful against Sato and Ide by the end of the campaign there. But obviously, Drivers' Championship exactly the same as the race results. Happy to get a point on the board, but yeah, should have been 10x that. And Constructors-wise, Ferrari and Renault tied on 14 apiece. But yeah, our battle with McLaren and Honda this year I think is going to be very exciting. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon when Formula 1 returns ready for the Malaysian Grand Prix.